Morning from day 9. Don't mind the squinty eyes, it is bright outside. We just got done eating some breakfast downstairs, confirmed the boat for free, found out we do have to go get cash. So luckily there's a bank right down the street. We'll just hop down there, and this will be the first time we've actually had to exchange currency on this trip. Not bad being 9 days in, although as you guys know, there was another day we really needed cash. So I guess from now on I will do a small amount of currency exchange before we come out with my bank. Just nothing crazy, so I'm not getting eaten up by exchange percentages. So we are waiting for the boat, and first, morning views. Nice Lambo, Urus Rover in the driveway, got another Rover in the driveway. Last night there was a big boy Phantom sitting there. There haven't been that many crazy cars down here. Well, speaking of which, there goes the R8 the other way. Makes me miss mine. So we are gonna go take a funicular up to the top of that mountain. So we're gonna go for a hike that way, see what we can find, see if there's anything cool, because we did not go that way yesterday. We went that way. So yeah, we'll hike, see if we find anything cool down there, walk back there, get on a little train thing, take us up there, check it out. We'll make sure we get you guys some views from there. We'll actually bring you along today. I won't leave the GoPro in the hotel. Hard to believe that this has already been this long of a trip. It has been flying by. So we'll catch up with you guys once we get on the boat. Well, we went back to the hotel because we went to get money exchanged at UBS, and they don't actually carry currency to do exchanges there. And I did not have the right card with me to just do an ATM. I don't travel with a debit card. I've had bad experiences in the past. And I have 3 credit cards on this trip, each of which have no foreign transaction fees. But the one I prefer to use, they didn't get me a PIN number before I left, and you couldn't set it online, and you have to wait for it in the mail. The other 2 cards that I could set online, one has a very low cash advance, the other one's got a medium size, and we're just gonna go on red. And I had the wrong card with me, so back we go. We'll try this again in the future, definitely get cash. Oh, the joys of learning things the hard way. Like 3 trips back and forth, and we finally just found a currency exchange and exchanged cash. And they only charged like 1.7%, which is better than the cash advance fees of 3% on cards. The issue we were having was Capital One has a $400 a day cap on your ATM withdrawals, which does us no good. But now we know that, so we don't waste time like this. I think in the future, what we're just talking about is we'll set up a separate checking account just for travel. So we'll have an ATM card that goes with that account. And if anything happens, it doesn't freeze our primary accounts. And then we could just have a debit card with us. Many trips ago, I had an ATM card, and it got hacked while I was in Mexico, and it froze my primary checking account, which was a whole big mess. So that's why I don't use debit cards for literally anything. I don't even have one at home. So we'll set up a travel account just for that, avoid this BS in the future. So now, after an hour of running around, we're back on track, trying to find the funicular somewhere. Welcome to the top after the ride on the funicular. It's a little steep. Amazing views. Hazy again today though. Very hazy. Oh, this is a sketchy staircase. Makes my stomach turn a little bit. Holy smokes. Alright, I swore no more hiking, but we're hiking because we saw that bench out in the middle of the rocks that we want to try and find. I see it. Yep. Up the stairs and off to the right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, straight down.
It's like straight down, straight down.
Like I can't see the ground.
Yeah, let's see if you guys can see the ground. I don't think it's good if you were to go for a tumble. There's that last platform we're at. The church is up there. There's the bench. On the bench.
Bench.
There's really not that many boats in the water out there. I see a few of them. And I think the boat we have for today is a slow boat, which after being up here and seeing how big this lake is, oh, I got glasses on. It is bright. I think we need a speedboat.
I don't see like speedboats.
Then we got like a old school all wood boat to taxi us around today. Another bench that way?
Yes. Bench.
There's no way it's a better view than this. This view is money.
Oh,
how's this bench? See?
Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's
yeah,
cold.
It's in the shade, you goof.
Oh.
Yeah, this bench not as good of a view. Just buildings and mountains.
It's not a bad view.
Lake views out there. She got a good point. It's not a bad view.
It's not a bad view.
We're getting spoiled by good views. So it is 1:50? No, 12:50. And the shuttle down leaves every 30 minutes. So we either have 10 minutes or 40 minutes to get to the tram. She says 40. That means we have to go adventure more because we can't sit here for a half an hour. No. We are down off the mountain. We got about 10 to 2, so we've got about an hour and 10 minutes to get to the boat, which should only be about 10 minutes away from here. Hungry. I think we need to get a bite to eat before we go on. Captain is awesome. We just sat and talked to him for a solid 20 minutes just about Switzerland and Italy and this area. He said we need to stay in Zurich tomorrow night. He said if he had to pick, that would be the place to spend one night on your way back to Zurich. He said Interlaken is beautiful. He said the drive there is beautiful, but you got about a couple hours from there to the airport. So I think maybe we drive tomorrow. There's like we'll see where this waterfall is at. The waterfall like 40 minutes from here. If we can, and it's on the way, we'll stop, see that. Maybe we stop in Interlaken, check it out, sightsee, and then go on to Lucerne. And then let's wing it, like we have been. So nothing set in stone. We're gonna spend the next 2 hours.
2 hour tour.
Yeah. 3 hour tour. Most people that watch this probably have no idea what that reference is to, but
come on.
We'll pick you guys back up when we get to a couple spots. The sightseeing's going to take us to a couple really old villages and check those out. So yeah, this property starts, I think, right about here, and he said it goes 1.5 kilometers all the way around. Before you actually get to the main villa, there's like 5 houses on it. They sold 3 years ago to some guy for like 150 million Swiss franc. He had already bought the church and another building up here for 70 million. And he said he's going to invest another 100 million, bringing everything back up to current. I guess the guy sells cheese. Cheese.
I like cheese.
I guess a lot of people do eat cheese. This is the little village of Gandria, which is actually the name of the boat that we're on. Of course, the boat was named after the village. Given this village is a wee bit older than 1948, you can see the old stone wall. It's like out of a movie. All right, so you see there's a little yellow house right there. And a little yellow house right there, that's actually the border of Switzerland, and everything that way is Italy. And when we came down through the tunnels the other day into Lugano, we came from over there, through a long tunnel under that mountain, and that's where we kind of popped out, zigzagged around. And all of this on the side of the lake here is not serviced by car. You can only get to it by boat. Now we're on the nature side, as he calls it. Why. How awesome be to have a place like right up top of there. But that is your view across. So earlier today, you guys were with us. We took that vernacular up to the top of the mountain, went on top of a church, sat on the orange bench. Well, that's it, all the way up there, that mega tower. That's where that church was that we were on top of. And that orange bench, which I'm sure you're not going to see in this video, is that little piece of stone sticking out the side of the mountain there at the top. So we are, there's another section of the lake up here on the left, that's Italy, like a little squared out section, so we're going to check that out. But yeah, definitely cool. So, cool looking building, totally wrong place. That building belongs in like a modern city, Vegas, Atlantic City, something like that. It does not belong in like a historic looking village in Italy. Like, it's a bit of an eyesore. Our captain had a good point. You got these old historic houses right next to like new modern condos. And he says, you know, it just takes away from the look and feel of the little towns, and it really does. They should, if they're going to build condos, have to preserve the look and feel of the historic village that they're in. But apparently, certain villages have that requirement and other ones don't. Like Gondria, where we showed you guys earlier, if you want to do a new building there, you have to respect the architecture of the village and make it look like it's an old building that's been there the whole time. And I know I'm dark because we're in a tunnel. Out into another part of the lake. I realized it was a big lake from the map and drive in. So you guys saw we came through that tunnel a minute ago. But it's humongous. Like it wraps around between those two mountains there. And then it heads out between these two mountains down there. Yeah, you would need far more than a 2-hour tour to see the whole entire place. We'll probably see maybe half of this entire lake. Well, that was an amazing boat tour. Amazing captain. Stefano was amazing. We're back at the hotel. Badass Bentley. We need food. We're hungry. 2 hours and some change on the boat with only some gelato. Yeah, we need food. Yep. As you can tell by the better half in bed, I suck again and forgot the GoPro here when we ran out to get dinner. We ended up going into town, just walked down there, found a couple restaurants with a whole bunch of outdoor seating, sat down, had some pizza, had some more ice cream, had some more bruschetta. We decided where we're going to stay tomorrow. Actually, from our lovely captain of the boat, his recommendation was that we go stay on Lake, was it Lucerne? Yes. Lucerne. So we just booked a hotel there. So in the morning, we'll pack everything up here, eat some breakfast, jump in the car. We might try and stop by Interlaken on the way there just to see it, and then make our way up to the hotel. But first thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to check the odometer and see what our last drive day was, because we did 0 driving today. Tomorrow, we're going to log a bit. I want to say it's about 2 hours back up to Lucerne from here. So, end of day 9.
Yeah.
Yes, I think end of day 9. This trip has flown by. Normally when we take trips, they're short, 3-4 days, and they fly by. Last time we took a 7-day trip was on a cruise, and I wanted to hang myself by like day 4. On day 5 on that cruise, I actually almost booked us flights home from Mexico, so we didn't have to go back on the boat to go back to Miami. But the price was so crazy to get airfare that night. I was like, I can't spend this much money to abandon a vacation. So to be on a trip this long and to still want to stay on the trip is unbelievable to me, but this has just been phenomenal. So good night. We will see you tomorrow on day 10.